Tonight, a wildly energetic moment from the latest episode of Saturday Night Live is taking over the internet, and it all comes down to one unexpected entrance that left the studio audience roaring. The sketch began innocently enough, with host Glenn Powell playing a groom celebrating his bachelor party while confidently assuring his friends that he personally knows comedian Sebastian Maniscalco. Powell insisted that the real Maniscalco is calm, low-key, and nothing like what you've seen on TV. But before anyone could question the claim, Marcello Hernández suddenly burst into the room, instantly shattering the groom's description. With exaggerated gestures, a rasp-filled Italian accent, and the unmistakable nervous energy Maniscalco is famous for, Hernández launched into a chaotic monologue about a traffic jam he described as being on another level, completely hijacking the party within seconds. From that moment forward, the sketch shifted into full comedic overload as Hernández delivered one of the most precise impressions the show has seen this season. He flailed his arms dramatically, paced around the room, and leaned into every syllable with the kind of exaggerated frustration that made the real Maniscalco a household name. The bachelor party guests tried desperately to maintain their celebration, but the spiraling monologue kept pulling them back into Hernández's chaotic orbit. The biggest explosion of laughter came during his passionate rant about the board game Twister. He twisted his body into painful shapes, reliving a disastrous past experience, and shouted the now viral line, "And my hand is in my rectum." The cast's barely contained reactions made the scene even funnier, creating that rare blend of scripted comedy and genuine breaking that SNL fans love. The sketch quickly went viral after the episode aired, with viewers praising Hernández for capturing not only Maniscalco's voice and mannerisms, but also his emotional rhythm, those quick bursts of disbelief, sudden pauses, and dramatic eye widens that define his style. Commentators noted how effectively the sketch used physicality to elevate the humor, making every exaggerated motion part of the punchline. Glenn Powell's performance played a crucial supporting role, serving as the calm center of the chaos. His attempts to reassure his friends, even as Hernández's Maniscalco became increasingly unhinged, provided the contrast necessary for the impression to shine. It's that dynamic, one performer escalating while the other tries to stay grounded, that pushed the sketch from entertaining to unforgettable. Beyond the immediate laughs, the sketch reflects a broader creative shift in SNL's 51st season, where cast members are leaning deeper into bold characters and more intense physical comedy. With a mix of returning performers and fresh faces, the show has been experimenting with impression-driven sketches that rely heavily on energy, timing, and audience familiarity. Hernández's performance stood out because it balanced accuracy with originality, creating a version of Maniscalco that's recognizable yet heightened for comedy. The rapid circulation of clips on social media shows how strongly viewers connect with impressions that blend relevance and exaggeration. As fans continue to replay the sketch, share memes, and debate their favorite moments, it's clear that this chaotic bachelor party crash has become one of the season's defining highlights. As the sketch continued, the energy in the studio kept climbing, with Hernández refusing to slow down for even a moment. Every new detail he added to his over-the-top Maniscalco story pushed the bachelor party further off track. He launched into another rant about navigating New York City, complaining that people walked too close, stared too hard, or breathed with intention, each complaint delivered with dramatic pauses and explosive gestures. Viewers could see the cast struggling to hold their composure as Hernández jumped from one exaggerated grievance to another, embodying the comedian's signature blend of indignation and charm. The momentum of the performance created a sense of unpredictability, exactly the feeling that keeps SNL fresh even after decades on the air. And with every twist of his body or raised eyebrow, Hernández reminded the audience why impressions, when done at this level, can become the standout moment of an entire episode. Online reactions poured in almost immediately after the broadcast. Fans praised the sketch for capturing the chaotic spirit of a real bachelor party, where unexpected personalities always tend to derail the night's plans. Many singled out the chemistry between Glenn Powell and Marcello Hernández as a major reason the scene worked so well. Powell's calm, grounded delivery contrasted perfectly with Hernández's comedic storm, making each interruption funnier than the last. Social media clips showed viewers rewatching the sketch multiple times just to catch the smaller details. The exaggerated hand gestures, the dramatic stomp across the room, and Powell's subtle facial reactions each time the situation spiraled. Critics pointed out that SNL thrives when a sketch combines sharp writing with committed performances, and this one delivered both. It wasn't just a parody. It was a controlled comedic explosion. Industry analysts are also noting that this sketch reflects a renewed confidence in SNL's current cast. After several seasons of lineup changes, the show appears to be leaning more heavily into performers with strong character instincts, and Hernández has quickly become one of the most notable examples. His ability to blend physical comedy, vocal mimicry, and narrative pacing suggests a performer who understands both the technical and emotional aspects of delivering a memorable impression. Meanwhile, Glenn Powell's appearance as host added a layer of star power that kept the sketch grounded. His ability to play the straight man without fading into the background shows why SNL frequently pairs chaotic characters with calmer foils. It heightens the impact of every comedic beat. The bachelor party scenario proved to be the perfect environment for this contrast to shine. As conversation around the episode grows, many fans are linking this sketch to a broader trend across televised comedy, where impressions are becoming sharper, faster, and more physically demanding. Audiences today expect authenticity, but they also want exaggeration that feels earned. Hernández walked that fine line, presenting a Maniscalco who felt familiar, yet larger than life. By leaning into the physical discomfort, the dramatic storytelling, and the frustrated charm of the comedian, he created a version that worked both as tribute and parody. The sketch also sparked renewed interest in Maniscalco's real performances, with clips of his stand-up resurfacing alongside the SNL video. That crossover impact, boosting both the show and the comedian being imitated, is something only the most memorable impressions achieve. In the end, the success of the sketch serves as a reminder of why SNL continues to command attention after more than 5 decades on air. When the show lands on a strong concept, pairs it with committed performers, and delivers it with the right energy, the result spreads far beyond the studio walls. Marcello Hernández's explosive entrance, Glenn Powell's steady reactions, and the perfectly chaotic bachelor party setting combined to create a moment that fans will reference long after this episode fades from the weekly headlines. With season 51 still finding its rhythm, sketches like this demonstrate the potential for even bigger viral moments in the episodes ahead. For now, the Maniscalco impression stands as one of the season's early highlights, a reminder that sometimes all it takes is one wild entrance to transform an ordinary setup into unforgettable comedy.